baby.
Oh,
yes!
There's another one there in the teaser.
This is the Sport Fishing Championship.
Let's turn it up a notch. So let's start talking about some fishing at the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown. We're at Cape May, New Jersey, stop number 7 of 11. The Sport Fishing Championship. We will crown a champion in Puerto Rico about a month and a half from now. Will it be one of these teams? Will it be another team? We'll soon find out. Robbie Floyd with Peter Miller here on this second day of 3 of a competition. Now, there's actually 3 event days, 2 competition days. Today's our lay day, Peter. It's a little different than we've seen other days where, yeah, they come in and out each day, but we haven't had a total off day right in the middle.
That's right. And what's nice about this, it gives the guys a chance to regroup, regain their energy, and some guys will actually go out and practice fish and look at the conditions to see what they're going to be fishing on the following day.
Now, the thing is, with Cape May in this event at the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown, they are limited to a 100-mile radius. That buoy just outside of Cape May there. They can't extend beyond that, but there's plenty of fish to be had in those canyons. Several different canyons to choose from. But Cape May, vacationer's paradise. I mean, you've been there before many times. I'm still looking forward to going. I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks. But right now in the championship, we don't have a billfish, but in the individual tournament here, Chipsy is leading with a couple of tunas.
That's right. You got to go for what's biting. You know, if you can't catch a marlin, you're going to go for those tunas. And if you find areas that have tunas, ultimately, at some point, you're going to find those marlin because they swim in the same waters.
Even last year, they caught their white marlins on that second day. That second day, the final day, will be tomorrow. Looking at them on our Garmin Team Spotter, one of the teams to look for who has a tuna in the boat was Salty Tiger. They have one on the board.
Salty Tuna Tiger. They're a 62 bayless.
Tiger today, a 62-foot bayless out of Cape May, New Jersey. We opted to go south today as opposed to last week we went north in search of the fish. With the participants as well as ourselves, hopefully we'll find the fish because it's been rather slow yet. What's biting and where?
Up forward, maybe.
Gaining at a good pace. Everything's good.
No, that's real one is. Yeah, the one you didn't drop back. Here he is. Boom.
All right, leader. I got leader. All right, where's my bag? The little one.
You even want to kill him?
Yeah, if he's legal. There's points. All right. Oh.
Yeah, he might be.
If he's legal, there's points.
Got me 35.
And first day of fishing, a little slow for us. We did catch one tuna, just barely made the size, but we did catch a tuna. We heard some other fish being caught down the Washington Canyon. Overall, it sounded like it was a slow day, so we're going to prepare for Saturday's fishing when we get back to the dock. Hopefully we can change our luck around and catch a boatload of tuna fish or maybe some billfish. But as of right now, we did the best we could and did catch at least one fish.
So they did measure that fish. They said it measured, but they didn't bring it back to shore, Peter. I don't think they really wanted to count that one. We don't see them on our leaderboard as far as points are concerned. Let's make the move to our next team, Irish Eyes. Yes, spelled the Irish way with the A-Y-E-S. That 48-foot Viking, they were in the tuna as well.
That's right. They've got the Doherty family in their 46 Viking. A lot of Vikings up there in New Jersey, and they got some heavy tackle right there. You know, they're prepared for everything. It looks like they've got a little money under there, so if they get a bite, that money's going to come flying off the reel, and there they go.
I got what you were going. I thought you were talking about like the Scandinavian Vikings, but you're talking about the boats. There are. I think the president or the CEO is based out of Cape May, so you
That's
know.
right, Patrick Healy.
He's trying to put a lot of feathers in his cap, but he sees one of his teams with a tuna trying to get it on board again. This is maybe Invincible Boats yellowfin tuna, one of our championship fish.
I'm telling you right now, it's a big fish, dude.
You or him?
Nice fish.
What do you need?
Sit still. Hold still, Pat.
Yep.
Who's got the gap? All right, I got one more crank. I'll be back up. Stick it, baby. Stick it, baby. Got it, baby.
Good job, Chris.
12 minutes to spare.
Good game, dude.
Real minutes.
Good game, Good game.
Woo! Took him long enough, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Trolled all day long. Threw pretty much every lure we had on the boat at the fish. Just had no luck. A lot of life, a lot of birds, a lot of whales. Sometimes it's how it is. You don't lose faith. Just keep changing your baits, keep switching it up, doing something different. 28 minutes left to go in a day. Hook onto a nice tuna. Communication, bring them into the boat. It's a good day, man, overall. You know, it's not the day we hoped for, not the action we wanted to have, but at the end of the day, we're bringing a fish home that we can weigh in. It just goes to show to never give up. Just keep switching out and doing what you're doing, man. It's just fish. That's all there is to it. You know, we're recreational guys. None of us are paid to be here. We love it. We love this. We love fishing and everything about it. And I wouldn't change it for the world, you know. I got a great crew. My brother's the captain, Captain Pat. We always tell them we start a trip, you find a fish, we'll catch them. It's a great day. Thanks to all my mates, and especially the captain, the owner, my father, John. Just can't beat it, man. You just can't beat it. It's pure excitement, pure enjoyment, pure adrenaline. Just unbeatable. No other way around it.
Chris Doherty with that catch around noontime yesterday. We make our move to our next team, the Gypsy, and Team Gypsy's in the lead. They got not just one, but two Invincible Boats yellowfin tuna. It's not going to be up there in our biggest fish of the year category, but for this individual event, they're trying to catch as many as they can, Peter.
Listen, any bite, anything that pulls drag at this point when you're out there with a bunch of boats is helpful. And knowing that you're not missing marlin and the other guys aren't catching them, it makes you feel pretty calm while you're catching what they would call bycatch, in a sense, the tuna. But, you know, when you're catching 40, 50-pound tunas, it's a lot of fun.
Gary McGraw with the first catch of the tournament, recorded at 9 o'clock in the morning. They would later catch one with Danny Kilwitz. And Team Gypsy, your leader right now, and you think it's a pretty good sized fish when you want to throw the belt on him. We saw the other angler really not mess with it too much. They weren't risking it at all. Again, Gypsy without one, but two fish.
Good. I got color here. Got a gap. Huh? Lift and reel down good. Go up, pump it a little. There you go. Keep doing that. Crank. There you go. First one of the canyon season, boys. Good job. Get them back out. Good one, Jerry. How's it going? My name's Taylor Sanford, captain of the Gypsy. Fishing day one of the offshore showdown. We started off the yellowfin early, and it's been quite slow since. We got an update on our charts. Saw that it's a little better altimetry up inshore, so that's the plan now, is push inshore and keep looking.
His friends are probably saying, Jerry, when did you change your name to Gary? I had some wrong information there. But it was a great job by him. And getting that first fish in, that's always a good thing because they're calling him in on the radio.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to get some fish. I like this guy. He brings his fans along. You know, do you have a lot of fans on Facebook, Instagram? Yep, he's got a fan right there. He's got the green color, which is very predominantly used in the Northeast, especially New Jersey for the tunas.
Again, those are some of the teasers out in that daisy chain, one after the other, trying to drum them up. And something different about this tournament that we haven't seen, or that it was different than the other ones, is no live bait being used at this tournament. It's just another factor that these anglers have to deal with and get used to it on the Atlantic side of things. Peter, I'm Robbie Floyd, and this is our third Atlantic stop. We had the Dominican Republic. We saw a lot of whites there. We moved to St. Augustine. We saw 3 blues, what it took to win there. We've yet to have a billfish, but these guys are still fishing their hearts out, and they have one more day of tournament remaining tomorrow.
That's right, Robbie. And when you're fishing for anything, you always want to get some kind of bite. You want to show that your lures are producing. And when you're seeing whales and you're seeing bait and you're catching tunas, you know that the marlin aren't very far behind. So they're going to stick to these areas. You know, these guys keep talking about whales and bait and tuna, whales and bait and tuna. It's a big deal. If you find a whale that has such a biomass of bait and things going on around it that you're ultimately at some point going to catch or get a bite from a blue marlin, white marlin, you name it, there's going to be fish with that whale. You want to find these whales, and then you'll find the fish.
Well, one good thing about today being an off day is we get to talk to some of our teams in between. We don't have that opportunity. And with the golf, they would take off, they'd be gone for a few days, and then come back in the end. Let's go on site with Site 1. We've got Team Gypsies. Is that Bert Fidella? Hey, good to have you, bud. I mean, what's it like having an off day? You're not supposed to be sitting back here, kicking back at the dock, doing a pub run. You're supposed to be out there on the water.
Yeah, I mean, we've just been doing minor prep things. We've been ready for this for a while. So basically, we're just going over different strategies and tactics that we got to do to try to produce some more points on the board. We have a great captain, and our crew is relentless. And we just hope to find a marlin.
Captain Taylor Stanford out of Newport, Rhode Island. Now, your theory or the way that you're approaching this thing, having 2 when everybody only has a single fish in there, do you feel like you're doing anything different? Were you just in a school of them? What was different about your catch compared to everybody else's, you think?
I mean, I think that it's just when you come over the top of any school, it's the luck of the draw whether or not they're coming to take your rigs. If they're swimming right, looking right, they'll come after it. We saw life all day, in and out, and we happened just to be fortunate enough to grab 2, and the fishing's been a little slow, so we just stay persistent.
So, Bert, we noticed that you guys have the a bunch of teasers. You've got squid chains, you got birds, you got flippy floppies, you got everything out there. You got a lot of green colors out there. Do you guys have like a mackerel rig sitting in the cooler waiting for that big blue marlin to come up? What's your plan when Mr. Blue shows up and he's ready to eat? What are you guys going to do?
Oh yeah, we have a big pitch, small pitch. We are locked and loaded at all times for when the big blue shows up, and everyone knows what to do and when to do it, and then we just wait for the chaos to break out.
Hey, Bert, I know you're in for the long haul. This is back-to-back weekends we're going to be seeing you. I mean, this is just stop number 1. The thought about doing it in consecutive weekends like that, I mean, you've got a lot of lines in the water, literally, but it's going to be a busy 3-week stretch for you guys.
Yeah, extremely. But we're ready to take it on. I mean, we love to fish. We've been doing it all our lives, and that's just part of the game. We got to take advantage of it. In Northeast, I mean, we have to take it when we can get it, and we love to fish tournaments, and we love the competition part of it. You know, that's all in our blood naturally. I mean, we've grown up with each other, and it's just been a thing.
Hey, we look forward to riding along again. Team Gypsy, one to look for. They're in the lead right now. Bert Fidella, thank you very much. We'll see you out on the water tomorrow, and we'll see you the next 2 weeks as well. Remember, the Atlantic champion wins a $100,000 prize. This could be the team, but they need to get into those billfish. Will they do it tomorrow? We'll find out. Again, a lot more fishing still ahead. We got more ahead on Sport Fishing Championship.
SFC coverage of the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown is sponsored by Seaholm Watches, by Smith Optics, and by Fish Razor Tournament Grade Tackle.
Whether you like to ride the wind, find your secret cove, or reel them in, plot your paradise with GPS Map Series. from Garmin.
Remember, everything begins in the morning. Every story told is a fisherman's tale. We build watches tough enough to be a part of that tale. The perfect balance of beauty and brawn. We are Seaholm. Watches that last a lifetime. Seaholm Automatic, the official timepiece of the Sport Fishing Championship.
Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about! Sport fishing anglers from around the world competing for $1 million. The Sport Fishing Championship on CBS Sports Network.
See it, live it, love it. The largest in-water boat show in the world, the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. More than 3 million square feet, fishing boats to super yachts, engines, accessories, learning experiences, and culinary delights. Save the dates, October 26th through 30th. Details at flibs.com.
It all comes back to the water. This binding agent. This fluid history of connection. Past, present, and future, all tied together through this never-ending, unwavering force. We belong to a community of seekers, anglers, and everyone in between. For us, it's more than fishing, much more. It's who we are, who we were, and who we aspire to be. We are Smith.
SFC coverage of the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown is sponsored by Sword Fishing Products, by Publix, and by Yugo.
All right, we're back in South Jersey at the Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown, and we've got an ostrich doing a headstand in an ice bucket. What? That will get your blood pumping for sure. I'm not sure which direction it's going to pump, but it's definitely going to pump.
Hey, I'm new to this saltwater game. What in the wide world of sports is going on here, Peter? Is this typical?
It's a time killer. It's a morale booster. It's funny. Everyone gets I mean, his brain is frozen right now. You talk about a brain freeze and then guzzling a
Diet
frosty
Pepsi.
beverage.
If I did that with a Diet Pepsi, I mean, I'd be burping like crazy.
I might actually hear you burp like Elf. Did you hear that? Yep, I sure did. That was 2 liters of Coca-Cola down your throat.
We've seen, 3 fish catches already, some Invincible Boats yellowfin tuna. Let's see some more here at the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown. It was a low billfish fishing day on day number 1, but they had the day off today, regroup, reset. As we take a look at our Garmin team spotter, we call this Tuna Palooza. Do you like that? You like where I'm going there? Team High Seas up next. I know they got one. We saw them catch one, and this is a very young team.
That's right. That's Captain Chris Heisey on the High Seas, and he's 20 years old. A 20-year-old captain running a 50-foot Egg Harbor. That's incredible.
I think I'm the youngest captain in this tournament, and I think our crew is probably one of the youngest crews in this tournament. We have a 23-year-old, a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, actually 2 18-year-olds. I myself am a 20-year-old, and my father is 55.
It's nice working with a young team because we're all picking up habits the same. We're picking up the same fishing styles. Everybody kind of clicks, it's our 3rd year now, so everybody's really getting to know each other apart from the boat and stuff, and it's great. We work really well together.
There we go. Yeah, baby. It's about time. Yeah, baby. Flat line. Staying up high. Yo, get that center rigger out the way. Did you see him, you will? Scott, bring it over there. That's what it took. Hey, get this long rigger out of the way. Get the long rigger out of the way. It's crossing me. Wow, that's good for now. All right. Next is the ballyhoo dredge. Get the ballyhoo dredge up. All right, take me out of gear. Dude, he's staying up high, Will. I don't know, it could be. Bump forward! Every time. No. What? Oh, bump forward? Yeah, forward. Yeah, look and see if he's jumping up there. I have no idea what he is. Yo, see if you see anything out there. Staying real up high. Nothing. Yeah, we're good right here.
Bump forward then. He's forward. No bump forward. Good.
I'll tell you this, Father Chris is really spoiling the curve as far as the age is concerned. 55 years old. Everybody else seems like they're 22 years or under, but a great job catching what could have been a Invincible Boats yellowfin tuna. Let's make a move to the 44 Ocean Yacht of Norm Gearhart with a catch earlier yesterday. Again, made that catch at what time was it? It was about midday, it seemed like.
And they're rolling around on their 44 Ocean. Remember those boats? When I first started marlin fishing, we were riding around in an ocean. Boy, were those boats fast. That was like the cream of the crop, and we flew through it.
Actually, I'm not sure if they did get a catch yesterday. And looking back at some of my results, we have some teams, Peter, that make catches and then they don't bring them in if they are shorts. We've seen that already twice out of the crew that we've seen so far. Again, they got to be counted for an Invincible Boat. You got to bring them on shore.
Family-friendly tournament versus an all-money tournament. So we have our friends that are going to be on the boat with us, and strategy-wise, it's all about temperature. A couple weeks ago we were a little worried. The temperatures kind of moved out of the area. They seem to be back now, so we're gonna give it a good try and see what happens.
It's a fun tournament, and that's what we were looking for. I got some of my best friends on the boat. When we were looking at boats, I looked at Joe, because when you go up in the bridge, you're going to see it's got a long nose on it. I said, are you going to be able to get this thing out of the slip? He said, I'll get it out of the slip. And that's when we bought the boat.
All right, well, we are about midway through the day at this point. We're in a good spot. We're about 72 miles outside of Cape May. We have signs of life here. We have bait fish that are here. We have dolphin that are swimming around. Water temperatures here. Everything's looking good. Unfortunately, we don't have any fish yet, but still have a couple hours to go, so we're going to give it the best try we can.
And they didn't have a qualified fish after all was said and done yesterday. You see them trying to reel one in right now. It looks like, I hear him talk about temperatures and things like that. That Gulf Stream that we saw in the Gulf works its way all the way up the Atlantic, but it might not bring them into that 100-mile radius just yet.
That's right. They're going to be cruising in their comfort zones. And like you said, they're going to take their time. They're going to get there when the time is right and when the bait is there. But they're saying the bait is there, so you would think that the fish are going to be there. So I have a feeling that tomorrow is going to be a phenomenal day for everybody. They're going to catch a bunch of fish. But what I really liked was the fact that he said, hey, can you back this thing out of the slip if we buy this boat? And he said, I think I can. And they bought the boat, and that started an incredible friendship, and their fishing expertise increased over the years, and here they are
a double
on TV catching
and
fish.
A double. One just went on deck, and then they've still reeled in another one too. But again, they thought they were small enough. They didn't want to bring them in for whatever reason. If they were a scoreable fish, I'd be trying to get as many points as possible. Again, teamwork makes the dream work, and you're looking at Jeannie G, the first day of competition.
So the drive for me for getting into a tournament is I 100%, I always have since I was a little boy, I love being a captain. I love being up there. Being able to do it, not only do it, but do it with my best friend, my dad, who's standing right over there. That's what it's all about.
It's all about family.
I can sense a little emotion there, Robbie. I sense a little emotion there. We got a little choked up. I think he's really proud. He's really happy his dad started his legacy, and now he's carrying it forward.
And we saw the double out of Gypsy. They've got 2 fish, 2 scoreable fish, 91 points. When they bring them in, they weigh them. They get, what, a point per pound. So you see a couple of 45, pound averages. That's why they're in the lead right now.
Robbie, your math is very good. You must have gotten straight A's in math. I like that.
No. One math class kept me from getting my bachelor's degree, Peter Miller. It's not going to happen. We're going to talk more about the Sport Fishing Championship, this event, a few other events as well, and we'll see what the Gale Force Twins have to offer from Cape May, New Jersey. Stick with us on SportFishingChampionship.com.
The Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation is honored to be the official charity of the Sports Fishing Championship. Through this partnership and the support of donors like you, future generations will enjoy and benefit from a naturally balanced ocean ecosystem. Our education programs, both in the classroom and online, bring to life the work needed to make sure we have clean oceans for decades to come. Join us today at www.ghof.org.
Sometimes saying no can be really difficult. It's hard to set boundaries, to give yourself space and time. Hop water means never having to choose between having fun or missing out. A sparkling hop water full of flavor and packed with mood-boosting benefits that's non-alcoholic with no calories, no carbs, and no sugar. So go out there and get up to no good.
Sport fishing anglers from around the world competing for $1 million. The Sport Fishing Championship on CBS Sports Network.
Serious. You are as excited to wake up for a 4 a.m. fishing trip as you were when you were a kid. It means winning 3 World Sailfish Championships. It means you know what you need and what you don't. Being serious means seeking out the ultimate fishing machine, which is what Peter Miller has found in the unmatched handling, speed, and comfort of an Invincible.
It's the simple things, like spending a day at the beach, splashing in the water, playing in the sand, and creating sandcastle masterpieces. Rediscover fun and family on the beautiful white sand beaches of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach.
SFC coverage of the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown is sponsored by Invincible Boats, by Gulf Shores and Orange Beach Tourism, and by Salt Life.
So today we're going to take up the 45 Response Boat Medium. This boat we use for any cases offshore, so if sport fishers in need of assistance, this is the boat we're going to be taking. We can go out to 50 nautical miles, goes up into 10-foot seas, 30 knots of wind, and you guys are going to get to drive it today.
Okay. And if one of our tournament boats made a call for help offshore, this would be the boat coming to get them.
This is going to be the one that's going to come out.
All right, well, I'm excited to drive it.
Awesome.
We are heading out. The engine checks have already happened. Yes. And we are now all supposed to be on the lookout. Everybody has a different role on the boat, and we're going to be looking for anything. They're going to make sure the stern is clear. They were saying if there's a kayaker coming by, pay attention, point it out. If you see something, say something. All right. So, and we're at cruising speed now. Actually, actually see some. Are these fishing boats out here? Oh, these are like whale watching boats, right?
Yeah.
So we got some whale watching boats out here. Let's try not to get too close to them. And I'm driving a Coast Guard vessel. There we go. We got some C's in here. All right, stern is clear, getting all the messages. So this was, let's say, someone fishing in the Blue Marlin tournament, their engine stopped working, they called you, you guys came out, you'd be on this boat, because this is your 45. Yep. You'd head offshore, go rescue them, you'd send these lines over, and you would tow from your stern to their bow. Yay! We're ready for our man overboard mission. So, Oscar's pretty quiet.
Yeah, Oscar's he's asleep right now. But yeah, Oscar weighs dry, I'd say about 60 to 80 pounds. Once he gets in the water, all of his little pockets and everything are gonna fill up. So he'll get really heavy, like over 100 pounds. And once he's in the water, it really simulates like what an actual person in the water is gonna feel like. Especially like if they're like unconscious or something like that with their arms, like they're not gonna like cooperate with you. So you really have to like grab and manipulate them to like how do you want to get them on board.
Man overboard! Up. Man overboard! All right, Emily, are you ready to grab Oscar? I'm ready. Oscar's a little far.
He's coming.
Oh. All right, once you get him, bring him towards me. Bring Oscar this way, underneath his armpit. You ready? One. Wait, no, slow down. Slow down. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There you go. You got him. You gotta grab the leg. Yep. Spin around.
Which way?
I'm trying to get him away.
There we go. Grab his leg. Oscar's in the boat. We have Oscar on the boat. Oscar looks nice and healthy. He's just taking a nap. You did a good job for us. Thank you for your participation in today's lesson. We hope you guys enjoyed coming with us to do some Coast Guard training. We had an absolute amazing time. Thank you to the Coast Guard Cape May Station for having us. It was such an incredible experience. If any of you guys are interested in joining the Coast Guard or learning more about it, make sure you head to gocoastguard.com. In the meantime, we hope you get out there, have fun, and stay safe.
Great job by the ladies. The birthplace of the Coast Guard enlisted Corps, Cape May is, and I feel sorry for Oscar. Looked like they were washing him, and they were dunking him that 1, 2, 3, Peter.
But you could tell that the girls are very athletic to be able to bring them in the boat like that because, you know, they were pole vaulters at the University of Miami. You could see their quadriceps flexing as they're pulling in Oscar.
Use those big muscles. Let's take a look ahead with Smith Optics. Where are we going next? We get to actually go to the next event, Peter.
We might actually see the sunlight, Robbie. These beautiful lights we have above us are great, but man, I could use a day in the sun hanging out with those guys and getting to know them and also finding out their tactics.
Oak Bluffs Blue Water Classic is up next. We're going to be at Martha's Vineyard. We'll follow that up with Montauk back-to-back weekends. And I've already been doing my research. I'm seeing some big fish possibly be had. I know we've got a wahoo in the lead right now with 73 pounds. I know a few years ago they caught a 180-pound wahoo in these waters. That's a massive fish. There's blue marlin that are 900. That's not uncommon. 500 is like a general size blue. I'm looking forward to next week as much as I'm looking forward to tomorrow's final day of competition.
No, it's going to be very exciting up there. And like you said, you know, I vacationed up there quite a bit as a kid, and I saw some amazing fish coming aboard these boats that we were fishing on. I was never lucky enough to be hooked into any of them, but I got to see a lot of it.
Look at the, we heard the ladies talking about watching some whales. We also seen dolphins. And you say whenever you see stuff like that, you know there's some activity. There's a lot of bio life out there in the water.
Yeah, everyone thinks dolphins are just here to play and jump in the waves, you know, if you're not in the fishing world. But they're there because they are looking for bait. They're using their echolocation to send signals to corral these baits. And below them are marlin, below them are tuna, and really deep down you're going to find the swordfish. So if you see dolphin on the surface when you get to the grounds, it's usually a good sign.
Team Outrage, a 52-foot Viking. They're ones to look for. They were second overall last year. They won the White Marlin division. This is one of our top teams, and they're on the board with a yellowfin tuna this week already. Again, day 1, they fish. Day 2, they wait. Day 3, they go back out there and fish again. So this was yesterday, and they had a tuna on the line.
looking for anything with a bill, man. We got 2 dredges out, 2 bridge teasers out, 4 baits and a lure. And hopefully we get lucky today, you know. Get a couple of points for a 2-day tournament. Anyways, beautiful day out here, and wish us luck.
That is, what a coincidence. I look on the camera here.
You recognize somebody?
And I see him talking, and that's our captain. We fished with him in the Jimmy Johnson tournament in Miami, and we caught a bunch of sailfish together. He's a great captain.
He would love to catch some sailfish right now. Any kind of billfish would put them in the leaderboard. Again, we've also been looking for the first blue marlin of the tournament, and they caught blues, whites last year, as well as mini tuna. But we're looking for that first blue marlin. That's not only worth 350 points, that extra 100 gives you 450 points.
That's right. That's a beautiful platform. I've been on that exact boat, and they keep it in immaculate shape. Every drawer is organized perfectly. Every hook leader is marked in their Tupperware boxes. The teak is perfect. Interior is perfect. I've never seen anything better than that. Those guys just do a great job, and obviously they're on the fish too, so they're great at fishing as well.
It's outrageous. You get it? Outrageous.
I get it. Okay. I like it.
Peter, at this point, they know what they have, right? I mean, by the way that it shakes, it moves, it dives.
100%. They both know they've got tunas on. You know, you can always, you know, when you fish long enough, you can tell by the head shakes that fish just came off there, got eaten by a shark or something, or the fish could have, you know, scissored or, you know, burned the other line.
He's still fighting. Video verification, you see that GoPro? Got a hold of a leader, but this is a fish you need to bring in for the tournament, the individual sport fishing championship. We bring in our championship fish. That looks to be a championship fish there.
That was a no-joke tuna right there. We got to see a little glimpse of it. That thing hit the deck, and you could tell when he was leadering the fish that he was throwing a little back into it. And they pulled him in, got the gap in him, threw him onto the deck, and then they're going straight to the ice.
50-pounders, what it was. When they brought it back, they weighed it. Come across the scales at 50 pounds, going to put them in the top 5 and maybe a chance to win this individual tournament. Peter, we haven't really talked about that too much because we join up with the best tournaments from around the country, international waters as well, and we kind of blend into their rules. They have their own rules, we have ours. Ours are all catch and release, except for those championship fish, right? The wahoo, the mahi-mahi, and the Invincible Boats yellowfin tuna. That's an Invincible Boats yellowfin tuna. That could be the one that could win you $50,000.
It sure is. The Invincible Boats tuna is the one you want to catch when no one else is catching anything and everyone's catching tuna. Keep catching tuna. No one's getting stressed out. They get back to the dock and they hear that nobody caught a marlin. So it's like they're starting the tournament all over again tomorrow morning. So the guys that did catch tuna, they may be winning a bunch of money. They may already have that money spent. Who knows? But they're going to go out tomorrow and catch those marlin in the same waters that they found those tuna in. I have faith.
They have a lot of different prizes, awards, side bets, if you will. Let's go on site with Site One and let's talk about some of that. Maybe a bad taste in their mouth. We've got Mike Steele from the Outrage out there. Mike, I mentioned just a moment ago, second overall last year. You won the white marlin side of things, but the team that won beat you out because they won the tuna side of things. You're starting off way better than last year.
Yeah. You know, we're not too far back in the points, and guess what? One billfish can put us right there on the top, and 2 could be even better.
Hey, Mike. It's good seeing you again. I haven't seen you since we fished the Jimmy Johnson, man. It's been a while. How many sailfish have we caught together over the years? What do you think? I mean, we've only fished together about 4 or 5 days, 6 days. But what do you think? How many sails?
Peter, we got to be into the 20s, 25s. Be honest with you, I wish I could say how many, but you know, we fish too much. We catch a lot of fish.
That's right.
No.
I was telling the guys here how you keep the boat so immaculate and the tackle is so well prepared and you're always prepared for everything. And then that's one thing, but then dipping the baits out in the morning when no one else is there and you're doing them one by one into the well, being methodical, being calm, and you're always cool, calm, and collected. And that's one of the reasons why you guys are catching all the fish all the time. And it's always a pleasure to fish with you, and I'm excited for you guys. What do you think's in store for you guys tomorrow? Are you going to be going back to the same area? Are you thinking there's going to be marlin? Or are you thinking we better focus on whites or yellowfin? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so that's the tough one that we'll probably know at about 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, obviously we want to chase the bills. They're our biggest points. But hey, where those tunas are at, those marlins are at, historically up here, it's kind of funny. The tuna are further inshore than we normally fish for billfish. And most of the time, some of these tournaments, the bigger whites even try to hang out around those tunas. So I'm thinking where we were kind of working yesterday isn't a bad place to start. There's no good eddies. There's no definition out there in terms of water breaks and you know, any kind of life. So it's almost a crapshoot of where you think the guys are going to be.
And he said at 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when they can leave that buoy and head out and start fishing at 8:30. All right, I got a question, Mike. I don't know if you have video capabilities there, but let me paint this picture for you. And we saw it a little bit earlier. There's somebody on board your boat with their head in a bucket of ice, and we have no idea what's going on. And I'm guessing that's Diet Pepsi when he pops up. Tell me who that is, why is he doing that, and how did it all come about?
Yeah, so that's the boss's son-in-law. That's Brian.
Hazing.
And so it's kind of our good luck ritual / when things kind of get slow out there, we're staring at blue water all day long, and you can go a while in between bites. So it's just something to wake everybody back up, and you know, we all have laughs, and I promise you out of experience that ice water is really cold.
One last question, Mike.
Just a good way to wake everybody up.
Yeah, it is. You mentioned the blue water, and I was talking to people from next week's event, and they were questioning how far it would move in. Where did you see that blue water line, or how close has the blue water moved towards shore?
So since we've been up here, we really haven't seen that blue water that I would like to see. We definitely had some blended blue, kind of a greenish blue. They're pretty clear, and that's why we kind of worked where we were working. We still need a little bit of love from the weather gods out there to push some of these eddies back into us and get that Gulf Stream water really over that shelf there, which ignites this fishery.
Which direction do you want? Do you want southeast wind, southwest wind, or which direction?
So anything out of the east really helps push these eddies that spin off of the Gulf Stream towards the shelf that we like to fish and into the canyons. Preferably, I'd like a southeast.
Okay.
But anything out of the east, just give me east wind.
Push it into that shelf. Hey, buddy, good talking with you. Good luck tomorrow. Rest a little bit. I know some of the guys are doing a little pub crawl a little later on tonight, but they'll be heading back out at 4 o'clock in the morning looking for some of our championship fish. Maybe it's the yellowfin tuna. Brought to you by Invisible Boats. We've got a leader of 206 pounds, Drew Phillips, on second wind. That is a beast.
That is a cow, and that is on the boat second wind. They caught that in the Gulf, and that was the biggest yellowfin that team has ever caught, and now it is the biggest yellowfin in the tournament for the SFC thus far.
Mississippi Gulf Coast Billfish Classic. Let's talk about the ECBC, the Emerald Coast Billfish Classic. That was our last stop number 6 of 11. We're on 7-11 now, but we had one team that absolutely dominated the event. 7 white marlin, 3 sailfish, 2 blue marlin, 5,400 total points, and it was an unbelievable event for Team Quantified.
You know, Rob, you made that sound so good. It sounded like a professional wrestling match coming in. They're weighing in at this, coming in at this.
It doesn't get any better.
Wow.
3,500 for the event win, but the catch points themselves, 1,900 catch points, and getting 2 Grand Slams. Not just 1, but 2 Grand Slams.
That is impressive, to say the least. The guys know what they're doing. They're just all over it, and in that calm water, it makes it even easier when you know what you're doing. It's like they could do it with their eyes closed, and I don't think their eyes were closed because they caught way too many fish for that. They've done a phenomenal job. They've won 2 tournaments thus far.
Yeah, this is the first one. This is the Gulf Coast Masters, stop number 4 at Orange Beach. In that one, they did something a little different. Well, yeah, there were a couple of teams that caught 2 blue marlin. They only had 1. But when you add 7 sailfish and another white marlin to it, that's putting the screws to them.
Yeah, they're always pouring. They're always pouring a little more gravy on top of their catches and making it that much more tasty.
Beautiful sailfish there. Yeah, it's cake. I mean, they just kept adding them on. And again, you get 350 points for a blue marlin. They had one of those. The white marlin, 125 points. But we see those sailfish points at 75 keep adding up. The same thing goes for the Emerald Coast Blue Marlin Classic. Again, this is their 2nd win of the year. We take their best 3 finishes of the season. They are very close to having a perfect season.
I can't concentrate with that giant blue marlin jumping around the boat. I'm having trouble listening.
You weren't here
and
yesterday. It's your first time to see it, wasn't it?
No, it's very, very exciting. That was a big fish. Every time you see these guys, there's a white, there's a sail, there's a blue. It's calm. They're catching fish. They're calm, and everything's just going their way because they practiced so well and they gelled so well and they worked so hard to get here. And now it's all coming to fruition.
And again, this is our Gulf leaders right now. It's our overall leaders right now. And you look at the variety of fish. 12 total catches from Team Quantified at the last round. That is the most individual fish that we have seen from any one team. Again, the second event when we were in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, we saw 11 out of Doña Lucy. But 12, that's our new leader.
You know, the thing is, out of the Dominican Republic with Doña Lucy, that's expected. It's expected to catch a lot of white marlin, but in the areas that these guys have been fishing, to be able to catch these whites and all these sails and then the blues, I mean, they're making this look like they're fishing in some exotic locale. And here they are in the Gulf. You know, I'm starting to think that the Gulf is that exotic locale, and I've got to start fishing there a lot more.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Quantified, maybe Moncherie, Southern Charm join us in one of these next couple of events too. Those catch points add up. We can only take your top 3 event points, but catch points, you can keep tallying those. I don't care where they're at. I don't care if it's new water. I have a feeling Quantified could catch them.
Yeah, they can catch them, like I said, blindfolded, and that's not what they've done, but I think they could do that. That's a nice white right there. You can always see those pec fins lit up. That white belly, beautiful.
Again, we're going to be back out on the water. They're going to stay inside that 100-mile radius tomorrow. There's our Garmin team spotter. They're going to be heading to the canyons. You can join us here on CBS Sports Network at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be a beautiful day because I have a good feeling we're going to see some billfish being caught on the 3rd and final day of the stop number 7, the South Jersey Yacht Sales Offshore Showdown. On behalf of Peter Miller, I'm Robbie Floyd. We'll see you at 9 a.m. in the morning on CBS.
A day out on the water could go great. Or it could have a few minor setbacks. Things could get rough. Or you could lose that $900 smartphone. Whatever the problem, Yugo provides unmatched premium protection for any water sports adventure. Yugo. To get yours, visit YugoWear.com or simply scan the QR code on the screen. And remember, just add water.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
So, you want this, but you can't have it without this, or this, or this. Until now, introducing a new way to travel, intranationally. Get all that international charm without ever leaving the country. Right here in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Get all that culture, all the cuisine from that culture. You're welcome. All the gram-worthy sites from that #culture. It's right here at home. St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intranationally.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about!
Sport fishing anglers from around the world competing for $1 million. The Sport Fishing Championship on CBS Sports Network.
When it comes to performance, comfort, and functionality, we've got you covered. Performance apparel designed by anglers to make your time on the water better than ever. Salt Life, the official apparel sponsor of the Sport Fishing Championship.